Great. We are ready to start. So welcome everyone. This is our session number 8. Is it the last session? That's a question I kept getting from many of you. We will find an answer. I think we need one more session, but either we have it tomorrow or day after tomorrow. When everybody is here almost, we have a good number of you are here, but I think I'll wait a little bit, then I'll ask you that questions. Do you prefer the session to be tomorrow, the last session, or day after? Let me add a question to our page, and then you can answer that question. When you want the last session? This is a question. It will appear later on your page. You can say tomorrow. You want it to be Thursday. Or both you want 2 sessions. I just added that. Okay, so how you can get, you need to go to learnho.com. I can see some of you already there and you know the code, everything. This is great. So I'll put it here, learnho.com. learnho.com. That's the site we use. And then the code is, as you expect, and many of you already expected the code, and this is good. Code is no code 7. So I can see there are 4 and 4. Let me share screen so you can see what, you know it because you see it on your mobile or on your device. That's a good thing about our Learnho. So you know what the outcome is coming. Now in the next version, I will allow the presenter to decide if student or participant can see it on their phone or not. That's one of the things I'm going to do. So it depends on the question. Some question you want them to see the result, and some of it you want them to see it later after everybody has. So you don't want people to be influenced by other people's opinions. So you can hide it from them, and then you can show it when everybody has already voted. Thursday, it's everywhere, yeah? Thursday is the largest so far. Tomorrow, Wednesday is okay, the second, and both is the third. So we need more. So far, 27 and 7, 34 voted on this. We need more of you than many of you here. Okay, now it's good. Making it difficult for me to decide. But Thursday seems to have the largest so far. Tomorrow is also. Both is only a small number of people said both, which 6 people said both. And there are 18 said Thursday and 16 said tomorrow. 20, 16, 20, 16 is between these two. I should have added one more, Annie. Oh, it's becoming difficult now. Okay. You can continue voting on it. Those who just came late, look at the chat. You will find the link is there, learnho.com, and the code is no code 7. I don't mind tomorrow after is okay. Okay, that's good. Okay. Anyone has any questions? No hand raised, or no one wanted to raise any questions. If you want, you can raise your hand. We will do today two things. One, we will do the drag and drop, which is a very nice thing. I'll show you now, and if I share screen, I'll show you the drag and drop. If I go to the main page, should I go to, yeah, this page, and select any other one so you don't get confused about it. So this one, for example, you can see now on Learn How, we have the option to drag any element and change its order. So this is now becoming here. If I want to move it somewhere else, I can move it, yeah? And this now gives me the option to organize my slides the way I want it. So I wanted this one to move maybe to be the third one, I can move it to the third one, and this way. So how we can do this drag and drop? It's very useful to help you organize things. Also, you can use it for an exercise of drag and drop. You can give people a question with different drop areas and different answers. So they can drag the right one to the right place. It's very useful type of assessment when you want people to know more than one thing, and you have different concepts together, and you want them to match those concepts together. It's a more matching exercise. But also you can use it for many things. You organize your code. If you design your page with different blocks, and you want to allow the user to move one block from here to here and that block here to here, you can do that. As I said last time, I want to change my slide or code to allow people to build the slide like a PowerPoint slide here. So I can use that drag and drop in one way or another to do this. So drag and drop is one. The other thing, someone asked me last time about the search, how we can search. Yeah, we'll make it very simple. There are different ways to do search, but I will give you the easiest and simplest way, and then you can build on that one. So these are the two things we'll do. We'll do the drag and drop, and then we will do the search. Okay, so if I go back here and see how many of you has voted on this, and number went up, but still not a small number. Okay, so let's look at the search first, and then after search, we will look at the other things. Now, I can see there is one hand from Bilal. Bilal, I'll give you a chance to ask your questions before I go and do the search. Bilal.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu wa rahmatullah, Bilal, how are you?
Yeah, I have a question in the responsive.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to know how to edit in the responsive. So I will know how does it look on the phone. Like I know how to see it, but I can't edit. I don't know how to edit.
Which one, sorry, Bilal, I didn't hear you clearly. Which one you want to edit? Responsive, yeah, okay. Okay, I'll do that one. So the third one, we'll do three things now today. The first one is the search, then we'll do the drag and drop, we'll do the responsive design and how you can do responsive design. This is good. Okay, Bilal, I'll do that. I'll cover it. The other one we have is Hasanat. Hasanat, can you unmute your microphone, please, and speak? Now you can.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Salam.
Sir, I have a question regarding the exam.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when it will be?
Still, I didn't really decide on that one, but hoping will be maybe early next week. I'll give you the link to it to go and do it online. So still, I don't have a date for that.
Okay, sir. And regarding the certificate?
Yeah. You will get the certificate as soon as you do the exam. It will be automatic. When you finish exam, you get the certificate.
Okay, sir. Perfect. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so let us do some search. Okay, we'll open, where is my page first? Give me a second to bring my code here, and then we can do things. Okay, so we'll go with this page. I'll close this one, close this one. So I don't want you to be disturbed by so many things there. You know where you can ask the questions, yeah? Ask the questions there. Okay, I'll be just a second. I'll share screen. No worries. Because I have to. Okay, so we'll go there, share screen. Okay, so we are almost there. Let's look at this one we did. Okay, I think I did an example here, which I'll show you how it works, and then we'll go and create one like this. If you get this question, you just say cancel. And then I'm going into, I think, custom state. You remember last time we did the custom state? Yeah, the search is there. So let's look at this one, how it looked like. Now, basically start with this. If I say Google, it will show only Google, yeah? Automatic, yeah? Food will come, yeah? So you have thousands of records or a big thing, then how you do that, yeah? So that's how it works, yeah? You just put part of the name and it will appear, yeah? So how we do this is very simple. You have your repeated group. Of course, the search will display data in a repeating group because where you will display it. So there is a repeating group, and you add just a basic input. Yeah, let's do it from scratch. You have a repeating group there, and then you go and add just a basic input there. And you can call this input anything, input search. Yeah, there is a search box you can use, but this one will achieve the same thing. Now, what you need to do, you need now to link this input to the repeating group. So you want to tell your repeating group, filter data based on the input of the user, yeah, based on what the user is entering. So filtering data, where you do it, if you go to the repeating group you have your two things. You have first your data content, this is product, and your data source is your search for product, yeah? You're searching for all products. Now you have the option here, after you do this, let's delete everything again. So we'll say we're searching for what? Search for products, all the products, okay? Now, there's a good thing in Bubble called filter. If you type filter, you will get this filter, yeah? Now, filter by what? You can say filter it by, and then you decide what you want to filter. You want to get only those has the name equal. I'll use contain because name is a text. So if I want just a part of the text, yeah, the user did not enter the full Google, did go and then start coming, yeah? So you want a part of the text, you don't want full text. If I use equal, then the user input should match exactly the name. But I don't want him to match the name exactly. I want something that contains that name. So I use contains. Contains what? I need that input field. Now we have this input search here. Now input search has something called value, which you can also use in this case for your search, and that will be the case. Now, if you want this filter to ignore empty, I'll show you what does it mean. I will not do that. Let me do it like this. Now, if I run this code now, it will start empty. There's nothing. Yeah. So when I say Google, it will come. Yeah. I don't want it to start empty. I want it to start with all the data on the page. So the solution for that is here when in the filter. I can click on this one, which say ignore empty constraints. If this constraints has no value, the user did not enter anything here, just ignore it. Treat as you want to show the whole data. If you do this, that will give you that data. Also, you can sort things if you want to sort it by name, for example. So you can sort it by name or sort it by anything you like to sort it by. It can be name, can be description, can be index. Each one has an, we'll talk about the index later because this is something I added to my data. And that's it, yeah? So this one now, when you run your code, again, you will start by having all the data listed there, yeah? Sorted alphabetically using the first name. You can sort it by the price. For example, when you go to booking.com, give you the option to sort it by the rate, people rating those hotels, rooms, and things. So you want to see the highest rate given to that room, or you wanted to have it by the highest, by the lowest price to do, or you want by the location, where is it from your place. So you have different sorting ways. You can use this sorting mechanism that you already have here to decide to sort it by what, yeah? And you can add some condition there to force it to be sorted based on the requirement that you select. So the search is very simple, as you can see. It just, you'd add text, import text, you go to your repeating group and add filter to it. And the filter is, you decide, you filter it by name or you filter it by something else. And then if it's a text, my advice, use contain, because contains give you more results. But if you use equal, gives you only one thing, and that become a little bit complicated for you. You also have contains, you have doesn't contain. If you want things that everything except that one, or it contains a keyword, specific, only one keyword, or doesn't contain the keyword. You have more than, less than, equal, empty, stuff like that. This all types of way to compare things in programming, and you should know this. Or if you are new to programming, Bubble is your first programming, then now you know there are things help you to compare things. And comparing text is more challenging than comparing numbers, because text has so many different things. One, it can have a space, it can have a case, lowercase, uppercase, and things like that. And it can have some special characters. So those things you need to keep in mind. A Bubble and allows you to convert to those things. See, for example, if this one we added value, yes, we added value, I can add to it that I can convert it to uppercase. Yeah, I search only if it's upper or lowercase, or I can append it, add something to it, okay? Or use specific format, or remove some extra spaces from different place. I can count how many characters there. I can truncate to, means cut it to certain level, and I can extract. There's so many things you can do with the search in text that you can use based on what you want to do. So if you always saving data into your database as uppercase, when you come and compare it, use upper. because it will take everything the user has entered, convert it to uppercase or capital letters, and then compare it with the original one to do. Yeah, and that's the way. And okay, in the sorting, there is ascending and descending, as you know. By default, it will sort things ascending from the smaller to the higher in terms of alphabetic or in terms of numbers. But if you want to force it to do descending, then you can select from here yes. Yes will force it to do the other way in your search. If I do now, you will find SH whatever coming first, because I said sorted this one descending using the name as well. So I think that's the search. Search is a simple thing to do. Let me look at if someone raised hand. Muhammad, I can see your hand up. You lowered your hand. Okay. If anyone has a question, want to ask anything, let me know. Then let's go here. This one is still the same questions. I'm looking just at the questions. There are 6 questions. After tomorrow, okay, I already have the result. We will decide today. Today is the 7th or the 8th. I'm losing count. We started, I think today is 7th, isn't it? 7th or 8th? I don't know. We will count it again. The important thing is you are learning, you're finding it useful. What to do? Yeah, this question been asked many times. You're asking, you want to do a server. Yeah, how to add a server like WhatsApp in Bubble. Yeah. It's by the way, this is not a server. You mean a surface like Bubble, like WhatsApp in Bubble. Now let me show you how you can do that if you want. Let's again, we have the best tool we have is the plugins. Now, if we go back to our here, you move this one down, keep it there. Okay, if you go to the plugins, just you think of anything comes to your mind, go to the plugin and search for WhatsApp. Show you WhatsApp. Now, the 2 things can be. One is you want to create something like WhatsApp. Yes, you can. And you can see from what we're doing, it's capable. You can allow people to ask questions and chat with each others and things like that. But if you want to use WhatsApp service within your application, within your app, so you want your user, when they come to your page, they have a link, they click on it, they can chat using WhatsApp. What do you think of that? It's amazing, isn't it? You hook your customers with WhatsApp, and WhatsApp is widely used. So people mostly will be using it. Most people will be using it. There are only small number, I think, of people who are not using WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is a good thing. So there are a number of plugins you can use to get that one. So this is a WhatsApp widget that you can add. It's free. It's done by Anticode group. It's a strange name, but anyway. I'm not part of this Anticode. I love coding. Everything has its advantage. WhatsApp widget that allow you to display a widget at the bottom of your page, so it will appear somewhere here, and then people can start chatting with you on that one. And this is easily just added there. You configure it. WhatsApp will be there. Yeah. This is another one also. This is a copy with some fix. This one they have done fix, I think, some errors. And you can see how many apps are already using it. When you use it, your app will be added to that one. Twilio is a great service to help you create a chatbot or integrate a chatbot into your website. So you can use something called Dialogflow from Google, or use Amazon Surface, or you use Siri and others. So you create a chatbot where people can chat with it, And Toilo allow you to link it to so many things, including WhatsApp and other things. In ADU, we have Safe. If you go to our main page, go www.adu website, Abu Dhabi University, you will find Safe will jump here. This is Safe. This is a chatbot. You can chat with Safe on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Telegram, on our web. This is the web version you see here, and it talks to all of this. So you ask a question about our programs we're offering, it will answer. You want to know about scholarship, you'll find out and many details. You want to speak to a certain person, it will connect you to that person to speak to. And this one is created using some of these AI things which we discussed. And Toilo is the integrator that help you to do this. And also there is a WhatsApp API, which allow you to manage messages and certain messages to certain users. There's so many this one allow you to communicate with many, Viber, WhatsApp, and other tools. So that's the way you can do. I think there's an issue with the internet connection. No, there's no issue. I can see your hand, Bilal, is up. I'll come back to you. So that's a question I think I answered. Back to you, Bilal. You are active, Bilal, on asking questions. I like that. Tell me, what's your question?
Thank you. Yeah, I recently on Gmail they sent a login for invest in our community.
Yes. Yeah.
They're investing in our community.
From Gmail?
So I'm trying, I logged in and then it told me to change. Yeah.
Is it
the Gmail and password it gave me?
The Gmail. You mean investing in our community sent you the password when you requested? I didn't understand, Bilal.
Yeah, it told me to change.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
It tells me my password is wrong.
Okay. So you try to log in, but it tells you your password is wrong. Okay. You can change your password.
Now it's working.
It's working, yeah. So when you go to, yeah, that's good. If it's working, it's working. But if you go to community.adu.ac, when you go there, you'll find this one. There is a reset password on the page. So if you click reset password, if you enter it, it should send you an email with your password. Now, this community portal is not linked to Google. So it's not signed up using Google yet. We will add that one maybe later, but we don't want maybe to do that one. So here you create your account, or we create an account for you. Usually we create account for every new one who register on Zoom. So if you register Zoom, we create an account, we send it to you by email, so you can start logging into the system. But to reset your password is simple like any other reset. You just go to this link here and say, forgetting my password, it will send it to you. Okay, I thank you, Bilal. I hope I answered your question and not something else. Now I'm looking at the question here. Okay, now I think we answered the questions about WhatsApp. Yeah. The other question, Doctor, I would like to know if in Note first page is full, then how will move to the next page? Yeah, there is a way again. You can create those pages and I will see if I can do that one today. It will take a little bit more time, but it's similar to what we have in our Learn How. So if you have many inputs, you can put it into pages. But Bubble is good in one thing. When you open a page that has so many things, it will load certain numbers. When you scroll up, you move your page up or to see the text down, it will start loading the remaining data. So it doesn't load all the data in one go. It loads certain data to fill the screen. Then the user move the mouse to look at the lower data. Then it starts loading the remaining data. So it manages your data, but sometimes you want it to show only 10, and then you go to the next page, and the next page, and next page. This is what they call it pagination, and we can look at that one some other time. Okay, so that's question. I think I gave you some answers. Are you going to be available for questions and support after the course? If yes, for how long? Yeah, I will. I'm trying to be keep giving you updates, like new things that you need help with it. I create a short video and post it when I get time. I also get some other people to help me with this one. So if you stay visiting our page or subscribe to our YouTube page, you will always get those new things. So if we want to do other things, we can just create a short video and then you go for that one. Can we customize the bubble component such as image? Yes. You can customize it. You can create your own plugins. We didn't do that one. That will be an advanced course, which we will do maybe inshallah in the future if we get time to do that. And I can just show you a quick thing to just get an idea. So those plugins, you can start creating your own plugins if you want. If you look at this page, when you go to Bubble, the main page, you see here what you see. You have your apps, you have your plugins. Plugins mean that the one you created. So if you click here and it gets you to a page, you can create a new plugin. So you have an idea for a plugin that others will use. They will use. You can be creative with. And this here is a customized plugin. And then you can create a plugin. There's certain process to create it. We're not covering it in this course, but we'll do in the future to show how you can create your own plugins. Okay, the other questions I can see here. Can we customize? Yes, I think I did answer that one. It is 7th session. Thank you for that. How many minutes in the exam? I don't know. After I write it, it will not be more than 1 hour anyway. Thank you for clarification. Okay, very good. So I answered all those questions. You have questions, go to learnho.com and the code is NoCode7. And then after you log in using your Google account, then you can ask questions. So do that so I can answer your questions if you don't want to say the questions. Okay, let's go now to the next one we need to do today. I created for you just tutorial there if you want to look at it on the page, and it's on our page. So let me go here. A brief one, but I will later create some more of those tutorials. The challenge is just finding time to do it. So this one is about now drag and drop. So we're going to create a drag and drop exercise, and these are some of the settings you may need to have. But let me take you through the process and you will better understand it by example. And last time, did we do that? Okay, so this is our page. And let's go back. And let's look at, this is the example we have here. I created this example, but I'll go take you through the whole thing of this example. This example, basically, it reads from my database, the products I have, and I'm able to just move those products, put them in order. Like this one is first, it can move it to become the second, and this one we can maybe move it to be. So you can drag and drop things and reorder things this way. So how we can do it? Let's do it. Okay, so we'll close this one, and come back here. And let's create a new page, new drag. I can see a hand up and drop. It's just a new page, it's a blank page. Remind me, the responsive design. I need to show you how it works. I'll do that, inshallah. To do drag and drop, we need a plugin. When you go there, you will find a plugin called Draggable Elements. If you just click on add a new one and say draggable drag, you will get number of them. This one is done by Bubble, and as you know, I like things done by Bubble, but there are things done by others which are also very good. And these are so many of those. Drag and drop email builder, you can build email, and this is more advanced. Some of it you have to pay for it, and some of it. This one is the one you need to do. So you install it. When you install it and come back to your page, you will find that you have few more things. You say drag, you will find this is a drag drop group, we call it. And then there is something called drop area. So drag and drop work with this concept. You have an area that you can drop things in it. And there are items that are draggable. Okay? So you have item that you can drag, and you drag it where? To the drop area. Yeah. So you need those two components. One is drop area. One is draggable area, draggable element. And both of them are group. When I say group, they have the same thing like the normal groups we have in our bubble. That's we always use. You remember this group? This group, when we usually put it, what we will do? When we put it, we need to specify content, we need to specify data. The same thing for the drop area, the same thing for the draggable group. Yeah. So let's do the idea behind this one, the concept behind draggable or dragging things. Ordering things by dragging it is coming from the fact that each element, if you open this, these are my products in my database. If you remember them, we'll keep looking at them, the Google, the things like that. These elements, each one should have something called index. Index basically is a number saying is it the first or the second or the third or whatever it is. Yeah, so that the index. So you have an index. So when you basically drag this one and move it here, you making the index of this one is lower than the index of the one before by certain thing. Now, if I want to drag this one here, it should have a value of index between the two. You see, it has to have an index between the two, between CH whatever and food. So I can drag it here. So the index, you keep changing the index. So when I take food and bring it here, food will have a new index, has a value between the first one element and second element. So this is how the order works, yeah? And you need, for your items, you need to order them, sort them by the index. When you sort them by the index, the lower index will come first, the second one will go second. Now, do you understand the concept now? Basically, ordering anything, you give it a position between the two elements that you're moving it in between. And the position you can look at it is the index. So now moving food to between, index will have a position between the two, or index between the two. Assume this is 1 and this is 2. What will be between the two? It will be maybe 2.5 or between that. So if we're using an index here, that is not really a number. It's not integer, it's a number, any number. When you move an element, you give it a position between the two positions. So you take the position of this one, add it to this one, divide it by 2. The new position of food will be between 2.5. If this is 1, this is 2, this will be 1.5 in this case. Yeah. So when you move an element, you change its index to a new position that is between the two index that you're dropping it before. So that's basically where it is. So we need to have this logic working correct. This is where the programming comes in. Bobble is a programming language, but it's not coding language. It's a programming, means you have to create a logic that follows certain structure and certain sequence. This is programming. The coding is just a mechanism of implementing the programming concept or the logic. So you need to build the logic. The programming is about the logic. If you understand the logic, coding you can implement it. Now with Bobble, you don't need coding. You have visual tools that help you do that, but you still need the logic. Without logic, you will not be able to do anything. So you need to think always, if you face a problem, build the logic, how this will work. It will work because of this and that, yeah? And then you structure that logic clearly. For example, when we looked at the input, how the search, for example, search, we looked at the search, how the search will work. The search will work if we have a mechanism to link the repeated group to the input and filter the repeating group based on the input. So whatever the user enter in the input will be the condition for displaying the result of the repeating group. So we have that logic, so we managed to build the search. Yeah, the same thing when we did the previous exercise, we had the state one, what they call it, this one. When we have done, what did we do in this one? Oh, selecting items, yeah. Remember when we had this one and we said you click here, we click, we'll get the items. So we had a logic. What the logic is, how I can take the whatever selected and add it to a basket, yeah. Every time the user add is added to the basket, and that became our custom state. So when I add the item to a basket, then I can use that basket to display what's there. I can look into the basket and display things. So I need a mechanism when the user click here, it added to that basket. So what we did, we created a custom state attached to the repeating group. And every time the user adds something, we add to it. Remember we said plus, we add to that one. Every time he deselect, we remove from the basket. It's similar to what you do. You have so many items on the floor and you want to take some of it to other place and you need to search for it. You go into that and search for the one you need. You add it to the basket. You add it to the basket, then you take the basket and go somewhere else. This is exactly was the same concept. That was the logic behind it. So always you need to have this logic in place. If you want your programming skills to develop, build the logic and repeat those things multiple times. So it becomes a normal way to do it. And the great thing about programming, there is endless of opportunities and situations. It's not only 1 or 2 or 3. There's so many of that. So you have to use that one. So let's now go back to our drag and drop one. So first I need to display my products, yeah? And to display my products, I need to have a repeating group. Let's do a repeating group. In the example, I show you that it was horizontal. This time I'll do it vertical, yeah? See if you can drag and drop things vertical. And this you can use for chat. If you create something like Facebook and you want to order the post of the people by different thing, you can do that and things like that. So let's add this one and let me make it only 1 row. So I have more flexibility there. And let's have it full list. Now, what does it mean? Any list I have there, it will display. Now, what data this one should deal with? This is what I always do. This should be the products. What products? I need to find all the products I have in that table. I have no condition now. I'm just displaying all the products. So now this one has been doing that. Then I need a drop area where I can drop the item. Yeah. So let me find a drop area. I say here drop. This is the drop area. So I take the drop area and put it, assume this is my drop area. Now, as we said, this drop area is a group. Dua, I'll count your hand. Is your hand related to this one or related to something else? Okay, so the drop area, honey as well. Okay, let me do this and then I'll come to you both. Okay. So what data type I will be using? This will deal also with the product that I have. Now, what are those products I'm dealing with? I'm taking the products that are related to the repeating group coming from here. So this one should be the current cell product. Yeah, so this drop area is displaying product, depends on the group products. Whatever in that group, it will display it here. By the way, this will display only one. So this is, I'll finish this one. I'll come and answer, see your hands you raised. So maybe you have some questions you need to do. Now, so we added a repeating group. We made it only one row. We made it full, okay? We assigned it to the products and we added inside it a drop area, which we can drop things in. And then we selected product and we use the current cell product for that drop area. Now, inside this one, I need a draggable element, draggable. So this is the one I can drag. Yeah, and let me make it here. If you look at the draggable one, it needs a content type. What should be? Again, it's product. And what should be? This one is the parent group product. Now, let's do a few more things before I look at your hand. Now this one, let's make it different color so we can recognize it. Now it looks like, where did I go? By mistake, I went somewhere else. Let's change the background color of this one to something looks different like this. So we can now recognize it. Now inside this one, like any repeating group, we can add any element. Let's add an image. Here, this is an image. What this image will be, this will be our product image, yeah? So we'll go current one, we'll have photo. So that will show the photo. Now let's add the name of that product. And here we'll add the name and we can double click and we can add the name. So this one will be current product name. Okay, let's run this one and see what will happen. And then we can talk about the remaining text. Now it's loading it. So basically, these are my products. I can drag them, but it's not going to work. So when I drag it, it disappears. It goes somewhere. So there's an issue with mine. So the issue is coming from here. If I go to the draggable element, this one I have here. I have to make it draggable. This one I need to click. Once you click this one, it becomes draggable. Before it's not draggable. Yeah, by default it's not draggable. You need to select this one, which make this element draggable. The other thing, I don't want it to hide. I want it to move. Yeah. Now I tested, still not working. I'll just show you that it will be draggable. So I can take it and put it in different places. Now I'm moving it, but there is no way I have to tell this Google one, your index has changed and became somewhere else. Yeah, I don't have any mechanism. I need to add a workflow. When this one move and get here, its index will change and become between. So this one will go up and become between. That's one thing. The other thing, what I didn't do, I didn't sort this repeating group. The repeating group has to be sorted by the index. Yeah, and this way it's sorted by the index. Okay, let me stop here and answer your questions. Some of you raise hand because maybe you have something you're not able to do, and then I'll come back. Dua. Yes, Dua. Unmute your microphone, Dua. Okay. Hania.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Hania. What your question? Because you raised your hand.
Like I have two questions.
Yeah.
The first one is like, can we, if we add new constraint, like, will there be any problem?
Yeah, it depends.
More than one.
It depends. It can be a problem. It can be no problem. For example, if you have a product and you want the constraint to be the product name, that's fine. But if you want to add to it the price, and you want the price to be, you want to display only a product with the name Google, for example, and the price is more than 500 or less than 500, whatever. These two conditions can be very useful if that is what you really wanted to search for. But if you add more than one constraint, you limit the options. And limiting the options can give you more precise result, but sometimes you don't get what you want because you make it very difficult for other data to appear. You're saying, I want the price to be more than 500, I want it to be Google product. So how many Google has that product? You are limiting all those who are less than 500. But think of those, it should be a condition that give you the right result. For example, if I say now here, everyone, his name, Hania, raise hand. Hania is not a common name. Let's find other names. So everyone here, his name, Ahmed, for example, and Ahmed and Muhammad is many in our origin. His name is Ahmed, raise his hand. So many people will raise their hand because there's so many people with the name Ahmed. If I say everyone, his name is Ahmed and his age more than 40, raise hand. How many people Ahmed and more than 40? I will have less number of people. And they say, no, his name is Ahmed and his age more than 40 and his nationality from the United Arab Emirates. So I'm making the result narrow and narrow and narrow. So more constraint is useful if you know what you're doing and what you're looking for. So and gives you less result. There's something called or. Or if I say everyone his name Ahmed or his age less than 25. So many people will raise hand because there's so many people less than 25 and there's so many people their name is Ahmed. If someone is named Ahmed and his age less than 25 will raise hand, but someone his name is Ahmed but his age is not less than 25 still will raise hand because I said or. Ahmed or means any of the two conditions is okay and force you to have the two conditions, but or is opening your condition. And this is again, this is a programming concept that you need to develop with the time. Did I answer your question, Hania?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, then I have Ali Said. Then we'll go back to our exercise. Ali, please unmute your microphone and you can speak. Ali, you have a problem with your microphone. Okay, let's continue what we're doing. Are you enjoying this discussion? Is it clear to you now, this concept we're doing? So what we did so far is the following. We added sharing the right screen. Yes. So what we did, we added the repeating group. In the repeating group, we added drop area. In the drop area, we added a draggable element. In the draggable element, we added the components to display the results. So when we run this one, we will get something like this. I need now to find a way I can drag those items to different places, okay? I'll add just one more thing to make this one looks better. Let's add a group here, and the objective of this group just give us indication that we are dropping something. Adding something like this here, and let's give it, add a condition here. Say if this one drop area, yeah, is this drop area, sorry, this group, where is our, what did we call our drop area? Did we keep it just drop area? Call it here. Yes. Sorry, I have to answer Ibrahim Zaid. He want to get something. Okay, before we do that, we need to add, we need one more thing I need to do. Let me see if I can add this one here for you. Which did I add it here? Yes, just a second. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Where are we now? Let's share screen again, sorry. Let's share screen. Okay, so this one, where we added that item? We added it here, okay, good. So this need to be inside our repeating group, yeah, should be here, yeah, that's good. Now we need a condition. What I want to do, I want when the people drag something and come closer to this one, it change its color to become green, for example. So what we're saying here, when it reaches this drop area, yeah, here is a drop area product, yeah. So when it dragged over that drop area product, yeah, when it dragged over this one, yeah, this is the drop area product. If you click, you can see this is drop area products. When we drag something to this area, I want this one, when we drop product, drag anything on top of this one, we need to change the background color, color. Let's make it background color. We will make it green. Yeah, green is my best color. Okay, this one, yeah, green, and let's make the width of this one is 20, something like that. And where is it? I just made it like that. And so when we drop it on top of that, it become green. If we do not drop it on top of that, and we can make it the background color, we can make it flat, and we can make it transparent, something like this. Yeah. Okay, so when anything dragged closer to this one, dragged here, it will become like that. Let's see how it will look like now. You will see some nice things. See, when I'm dragging things beside it, see this color, give me an indication. I'm going to drag it in this location. So this is basically just an indicator telling me. So how the condition said, if you come closer to the draggable area, you drag it over the draggable area, this one become green. So it's now dragged over this one became green. When it's dragged over this one, it became green. Yeah, see, that's where it is in terms of adding this draggable indicator. So this is an area just to give users an indication that this one will be dropped here. Okay. Good. Now, the other thing we need to do is we need to have a current custom state. Why we need a custom state? We need a variable that will store the index. So this item here, index 1, this is index 2, this is index 3. I need a variable that will help me store the new locations, yeah, which is this one. So I can change the value of the original draggable element to that location. So example, if I'm dragging this one, I need a variable. When I come here, it stored the one between, saying this is 1.5, okay? And when I leave it, it will put it here. Still, I don't have that functionality yet. Yeah, I'm dragging, dropping, but I'm not changing the index. For this one to work, you need to remember in your database, you need to make some changes. Let me go to my database and look at app items, look at product. I need something called index to add. Here, the index is something like that, but you should have a way to assign value to that index. So I'll make it 1, the first item. You need, when people add an item, it will store an index for that one. When we didn't have that one. So we need to do something in our code, yeah? And this is 3. Now with this one, these items I have, they are at 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, okay? This is their locations at the moment. So when I look at run my data, I will see them in this sequence. Yeah, that sequence that they should be in. Yeah, that's the sequence, because if you look at the data, you will find this SH1 is index 1, this is index 2. So you need to add a field called index to your data to be able to call it index, call it order, call it anything you would like to call it. But it's something that tells your items number 1, number 2, number 3. Now, next time you add a new item, it should take the last item, the highest index, and then add to it. We'll look at that one, leave that one. Basically, go to your database, add a new field called index, and use number. That's what I want you to do. So if you go to database and add index and make it a number, and then go back to the data manually at this time, and later we'll create a flow to do it, and edit them to give them 1, 2, 3, or something like that. The important thing doesn't have to be 1, 2, 3, it has to be sequential. You can say this is 1.1, this is 1.2, this is 1.3, or whatever you want to call it, but it has to be sequential. I mean, there are no two items having the same number. That's what we need to do. So the index is important for us to do. So we need to create a state that will store the index, which we're going to calculate, and then assign that index to that value. So what we will do, we'll go to the repeating group. How we create a custom state? Yes, you're right. We click on the I, and then we click add a new custom state. Yeah, and you can do this one now and give it any name you like to give it. If you want to call it anything, I will call it temp index. Yeah, means temporary index. I'm calling it like that. You can call it anything, and we can say number. Should be a number. Last time when we created the state, custom state, we used list. This one we don't need list. We need just single number that store the data that we need to do. Okay. So this is now added here, and we are good with that one. Now we need to go to the workflow now. The remaining things are all workflow calculation. Yeah. We need to calculate the numbers between the two indexes and then use it to assign it to the element that's been dragged. So if you come here in this place and you click here and go to element, you see you can find here in the element you have new things. We have this one, a drop area has a group dropped on it. This is the one we need. So we click on that one. Now this one belongs to which one is drop area product, and then we can add here product. Okay. So we assign to this one saying this belongs to products and belongs to drop area. So this related to drop area. Anything happen with the drop area, something come closer to the drop area, run this flow. Anything come closer to drop area, run this flow. Which means what again? Let's bring this one down here. When you come back here, now when I drag this one and bring it closer to this drop area, then that flow will work. What it will do, it will start calculating the difference. This one will not help in anything because it's the first, it become the first. But this is here. Here it will start now calculating, looking at the index of the previous one, index of the second one, adding them together, dividing by 2, and using that one to assign to a new one. Yeah. So that's the logic. So that's the one. So here, first thing we need to do is we need to set the current state. Yeah. So we'll go here and say set state. State for what we need to set? We need to set the state for the repeating group, which we have. So we go here and find our repeating group product. That's because the state belongs to the repeating group. You remember when we created the state, we created the state in the repeating group. So which state we use? This is the temporary index. Now, what will be the value of this temporary index? Again, we need to find the index of the previous one, the index of the next one, add them together and divide it by 3. Yeah. Yeah. So what we will do now, this one, just before I do this one, I added here, let me give it a name. We will call it previous location. Yeah. So this one will call it previous location. Yeah. Which will be always, we can call it anything, we'll call it previous location. So I come back here. So this is what we need to set. What value should use for this temporary location? When someone drag this thing and bring it here, the value, as we said, is adding the 2 together and dividing it by 2. Okay, so that's what we will do. So the first thing we need to find the drop area, this drop area, which drop area product. drop area product. Where is drop area? This is drop area product. So we need the drop area product. We need to find the product there, which we're dealing with, and what index that one is. Okay, so now we found that one. So we find the first element. What is its index? Yeah, we will add to this one. So index. We'll add to this one. We'll do plus. We'll add to this one. We need to find the repeating group, which we have. This is the repeating group. This is the one. Yeah. So this is the repeating group we need to look at. No. Yeah, this is our repeating group. This one, yeah, this one. All the products we have in that repeating groups. And that one has also the temporary, what we call it, the custom state we added to that one. What was the custom state we added to this one? What did we call that custom state? No, I forgot the name which I used for that custom temporary. What did we call it? Let's go back here. This one we call it previous number, and this was our temporary index. Yeah. So this is the previous number. Okay, back here. So we are in the product, previous temporary, what did you call it? No, we need to go to the item number. Yeah, we need item number. So we need to specify the item. So I need to use item as well here. And then the previous, where is that previous? We call it previous, yeah. Our previous, what did we call it? Item, item previous. I just confused those names now. Let's go back here. This one, previous. This is the okay. We are coming closer to that. Let's enter this previous one. I think the group we selected may be the wrong one, because I have so many groups here. Let's go back until here. Yeah, I think the repeating group we have, is it this one or this one? We have number of names are all the same. It's better we come here and we call this one repeating group product main. So I'm confused now about which repeating group I'm using here. So this one should be plus repeating group main, yes. Then product list, and then item number, and then should something wrong with this one. Just give me a second to look at what was the problem here. It should be, yes, yeah, I think the problem is we have here. We had an issue here in the repeating group. Okay, sorry. So many things going on here. Okay. So we kept changing some of this data. Okay, this one we added to it. Yeah, let's close this one. So we focus on this one. Okay, so the image is just, I'm fixing the image because I put this one back. Product photo. Okay, and this one should be we are here. I think I deleted something by mistake. Let me bring it all back again to what it used to be. I think I just need to open the application again because the two copies were running at the same time. We'll fix it now. Let's close this one and go to this one. Yes, now it's back. Yeah, I'll share screen in a second. Just I need to fix this one before I share screen, and then I'll show you this share screen that I'm doing. Yeah. Okay. So this one, give me a second. I'm just fixing the columns. Yeah, because I have two systems running together until one deleted the other one. So I need to just bring this one back, and then I'll share screen in a second. Don't open two versions at the same time. You will always get some issues with this, which I'm facing now. Video, yeah, should be okay. Yes, good. Okay, back to things. So where is Zoom? Zoom is here. Okay. Okay. Now, if you open two bubbles of the same app at the same time and on two windows, and you change one, that will cause you some issue with changing. I open only one version of the same app, and that's the mistake I made, which cost me lots of confusion because data were not correct. Anyway, the workflow, here is the workflow we have. So we have two things, as we said, on the workflow itself, we need to add product there. And then here we need to set the state. These are the changes I just made on my code. So first one is the drop area product. We took the index of that one. So means we took the index of the first item we have. Let's run this one here and change the color. So this is the first item. So when I drag it here, it will take the index of this one, okay? And then it will add to it, then I have to add to it this plus here should be plus, yeah. So it will add to it the parent group product, the whole list, and will select the item. I change this one to number -1. This one, I called it, it was previous thing, I called it number -1. So let's call it previous location. Yeah. So we get the same thing. So now, so what we did, we took the drop area, which we have, and we added to it the repeating group list, and we took the item that is stored into the previous location and divided by 2. So this divided the value by 2. Now what I need next, I need to store in the database, I need to change the value of index in that database. The value of index, I want to change it to be the value that I calculated. So you come here, in this one, in this place, you change the index of the current product to the value, to this value, which in between the two items in between. So I'm taking the repeating group list, taking item, the previous item, which I stored in that variable previous item. I took its index and then added to it the new one. So the new item, the new location, when I dropped this one, its new location is basically the previous one, which this one, added to it that number I calculated. So this will make it in between. I need to refresh this one because I mentioned. So when you drop the item, it goes now in this place. So now it's working. So when I drop it, it's working. It's working. But this requires that I change the database. I change value in the database. So I have this one, make change to product. So I go to the product, and the product is presented by current workflow product. Why? Because here I said this is the product. It's a dropped area product. So I take that value and then I change its index to be the index of the previous item, added to it the calculated value. And this process will allow you to drag and drop items. And now if we run it, it will be working with no issue at all. You can see it's, yeah, I can drag items. I can take the last one and put it in between. It goes in between. Take this one, sorry, because that's the last one, and bring it here. This one, bring it and put it here. And then items are moving according to what I'm doing. So these are the things you need to do. So first, we build a repeating group. We assign to the repeating group, I added the different variable, call it interim or temporary value. That interim value, which I will be creating here, it will change based on number of things. And then inside, I have an area group that I can use to indicate the people are dropping in that area. And that one I indicate by adding a condition saying if the drop area has something dragged over this drop area, then change its color to whatever color I want to do. For example, I want it to be red like this, become red. And then I have a dropped area there, which I created, assigned it to products area. I have a draggable area I added there, and again assigned to product, but the data comes from the parent group. Then I added inside the data I wanted to be inside this one. Now, when the user come closer to the drop area, when drop area product has a group dropped on it, yeah, then I need to change the state. So I need to come with changing the value of the state. So my state called in term. So this in term, I calculated by adding the position of the first one, first location to the second location and dividing it by 2. Yeah. So this will do that. And then after that, what I do after I did all this, I need to store in the database the index. So I go to the current workflow product, which is this one. I change only the index. I'm not changing anything. So the index will be the group index, which we have now. And then we add to that one, this one, the parent group product intern, the repeating the custom state. And this way we are done. So we first calculate the state, then we used what we calculate in the state to add to the current element index, add to it the that interim or current state. And this will give us a new position for the new element. And that's how it works. It's just this calculation, you need to get it right, which simple calculation. You just adding the two items to each other. So you just keep doing this calculation to do that. And this will help you do this. For the other one, which related to exercise of drag and drop, maybe that I'll create a video for you to show you how you can do that. Do you have questions on this drag and drop concept? Ania, is this the old hand or a new hand? If you have a new hand, just raise the new hand. If this is the old hand, then that's the old hand. Now let's go and see what was your vote on the in terms of are we having a session tomorrow or day after tomorrow? Remember, I asked you to do that, and you gave me some answers there. If you look at it, there are 33 said make it on tomorrow. There is 26 said make it on Thursday. And okay, let's make it tomorrow, because tomorrow is higher than others. We'll make it tomorrow. It will be recorded. Those who cannot come, they can do that one. Then I'll come back to you with about the final exam. Looking at it looks nice because it has like a stair. Yeah, see. The tomorrow is the highest one. So you go learn how, that's the code, and then you can add your footing. So this drag and drop, I used it in our app. So again, I said before, I can move this one to here now. This will make it easy for people to move slide if they want to order it. It's similar to what you have in PowerPoint and other places. You can drag it. Now, my next thing, if I want someone to add a slide in between, so I will add here plus. So when he created, it goes there. Now, one thing I want to show you, I added something here. If you already created presentation on Learn How, this drag and drop will not work unless you go there, you click on the pen, then you will find here a number I added, indexed. You put this one, first one, put the second one, 2. Yeah, mine is dynamic. I'll keep it just for some time because people already created presentation. In future, it will do it automatic for you. You didn't need to do that. That will work automatic for you in the future. But now, if you already created a presentation on Learn How, You need just to click on the pen of each one and make this 1, 1, this 2. By the way, this number is useful if you want to order things manually. You don't want, for example, you have 100 items and you don't want to drag 100. You just need to click here and you can move this one, sorry, this one and make it 100. Once you make it 100, it will move this item to the end of your presentation because you made it 100, okay? So it can be useful for you as well to organize your content without dragging and drop if you just want to do it using numbers. And this is useful when the number is huge. You have so many presentation and so many slides and you don't want to keep dragging. You can order it by just clicking on it and assigning this number. And that will take it to the end of the presentation. Okay, good. Hanadi again, sorry. You can speak, Hanadi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hania,
This
sorry,
small-
Hania, sorry, yeah, good.
Yes, sir. I did the search box, but it's not working.
Good, let's share screen. I want just the time to speak a little bit about responsive design. So just go ahead and share and then I gave you the option to share screen. Can you share
Yes,
screen?
sir.
Malik, I'll come back to you after Hania.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. Good. So you did the search or show must share this. Oh, good, very good. So what you searching for?
Yes, sir. So this is what I did. And I've
Yeah.
to
And you
search for
click-
the notes.
Yeah, can you click on the repeating group? Yes, double click, yeah. Now click on the search for note filter, the filter you added. Just the filter, yeah. Yeah, title contains input search note value. Is there one app called, the name of the input is, this is correct, yeah? Yeah. Input search note value, can just double click again. Yeah, and click there. Filter for input search for note value. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, it should work. Why is it not working? You run it, please. Yeah, click Y lowercase, yeah? Y lowercase, because your note called my note with M. Yeah, if you click outside, I think you need something to make it filter. Maybe you have to list on the screen. Okay, go back to the code. Maybe you have to list on the screen. Click on the remove ignore. Yeah, go back to the repeating group and remove ignore. Click there, yeah, filter. Yeah, click on filter. And then you have this ignore, just remove it. Yes, this one. Just for us to make sure that we're looking at the right one. Now this should start by nothing. Now you have something wrong with your, you have, I think you have a list inside the list, maybe repeating group inside the repeating group, maybe. Can you click there? Yeah, I think it's something, this is, yeah, you see, it's not really, you have a repeating group inside the repeating group. If you drag the repeating group outside, drag the whole, yeah, see, yeah. So this is another repeating group. This is a group, yeah. Where is the repeating group? This is a group, not repeating group. I can't see the repeating group. Where is the repeating group? Yeah, that's the repeating group. Very good. Repeating group, not, yeah. So can you look at the filter of this one? click on filter. So filter is title contains input search note. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. But see, it should not show you anything. You have multiple groups there, I think. Can you look at, you know, if you look up there, you will see edit on the menu. Beside it, there is a row coming down. Beside the help edit, beside the edit, to the left. There is a small arrow to the left, the other way, the other direction. Yeah, click this one. Here you can see all your repeating groups. Can you scroll down? I think you have 2 repeating groups here. Click on repeating group note. This is the one, yeah. So this one, what are the conditions you have there? Double click. Remove this filter if you don't mind. Just remove the whole thing here, everything. And then this is looking for note, isn't it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then now go back and say search for in the data source. Yeah, where you were before, data source. Yeah. Click on the data source. Yeah. Search for, and select here note. Very good. And click on filtered, very good. And now click here and select the name, title, yeah, title, good. Title, yeah, contains, and then that's input, input. There is, you have something called title input, and you have multiple inputs there. Okay, this is the one. This is the correct one, you sure?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And then run this one now, see what's going on. See, it should not show you anything. It should be empty. It's still showing, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's something to do, Ania, with the repeating group, which you have. Maybe you need to look at it again later. Try to look at it. I think you have more than one repeating group there. And maybe you just delete this page and create another page so you are focused more on this one. That maybe can be a solution for you. Okay, I need to, who is there? Nobody there. Okay, let's do the, I'm sure you'll find a solution for it, Nadi. Malik, do you want to speak? Malik.
Hello, sir.
Sorry, Malik. Yeah, go ahead.
I want to share my screen. May you?
Share your screen. Malik. Yeah, now you can share screen. Can you share screen now? Very good. Nice. Okay. Education, work experience, professional service. Nice one, yeah. Looks nice design, Omar or Malik, or both of you. Yeah, you are on mute, maybe, Malik. I can't hear you.
No, Malik, sorry, sir.
Malik, okay.
Okay, I want to make a drop-down list, and when clicking one of the options, it navigates me to another page, same as this.
Yeah.
Whenever I click this, it navigates to another page. I searched, but I didn't find anything, maybe.
Oh, yeah, so that's the one you want to do. Okay. Okay, I'll cover that one.
Okay.
I'll do this tomorrow, inshallah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, pleasure. Okay, let's do the responsive design because Bilal was asking for it, and I said I have to cover it as well. So give you some idea behind it. Okay, let's share screen and go to this page. Today I have so many pages open and confusing myself and everyone. Okay, so when you look at any page, if you click on any page anywhere, yeah, when you click, it gives you the page name. So this one we call it drag and drop page. If I go to the index page, for example, this is the index page which we did last time, yeah, I think. When you click anywhere, it gives you the name of the page. Now this is index page and it has something here. You can change this one because this will change the title of your page. So you can say home page, for example, if this is the home page. So this title, you call it home page. When you, again, make sure you are on the main page and then you need to look at two things you need to have. One, is it a fixed element or not fixed element? This one is not fixed element. So when I run it, you will notice now need to close all these additional pages and now it will come. So when I run it, this is the one we did for this. When I do this, you can see this page just get confused, yeah? Things are becoming different size. So we had these items on the left. Now when I did this one, they became, this one is not full. Some of it came and this one is moved down. So how I can avoid these things, yeah? Bubble has here something called responsive design. My advice, if you want your page to be flexible based on the device size, you deselect this. You just remove the fixed element. You don't make it a fixed width. You don't make it a fixed width. Yeah, you remove this one. This will give you flexibility, but you need to keep in mind a few things. Now, if you want to look at how it looks like, if I click here, this is how it looks like on a web page, yeah, that has this one. You can help you to see how it goes, yeah. I can minimize this and make this one bigger a little. So if it is a web page, it will look like this. So you have some items here, some items here. If I open this one and if it's a tablet vertical, it will look like this and thing. Now, Bilal was saying to me, I cannot change anything here. Yeah, I will come to changing those things here. You can, but you need first to know what to do. Let's go back to the builder. You need to group your elements to make it responsive. You need to group your elements in groups. Now what we have a repeating group here. This is one. We have something here as well as a group. Let me put the two together. This one plus this one in one group. So make them group the element. Now they became one group together. Now this group, if I want them to stay together, this one I don't need. I think let's make it a little bit, you can start adjusting it to be a little bit smaller. This one we will just make it until here, and this one until here. Now, if I want them to stay together all the time, these things, I need to go to the parent group of this, which group C. Now this is a group here called group B. This is the repeating group, and this is group C. I can call it main product group, just to help me understand. This is the main group. Because why? Because I'm confused. I have a group here. I have a repeating group. This is the main product group, so I call it like that. Now this one, I can make it fixed width if I want. Yeah. What that means this group will stay together all the time. I made it fixed width. That will help me keeping it together all the time when I do. Now the other one, I want it to stay together all the time as well. Yeah, which here, maybe I'll give it some title, something like this one here. I'll bring it and put it here. Make it smaller. I need the price. I need to, what I'm trying to do is to make these two as a one group as well. Yeah, so this one and this one will make them one group, will group selected men. So now we have two items. They are here, the selected. No, this is not the one. Now, good thing you can find your groups here as well. Main group selected men. So if you can't find it here, you can use this search here to go and find it. So this one also, I want to make it fixed width. Now, the page is not fixed width, but there are elements inside are fixed width. What the benefit of this one? This should stay part of this one, yeah. Okay, I can maybe change this one to be selected products. Selected products. Yeah, and I can make this one maybe a different color of, again, like this, whatever color I want to do. Now, if I run this page, I want you to understand this, which we're going hopefully to come when we refresh the page. You see now, because of the page size, because of my page size, it didn't see it's changing. Yeah, when my page is full, it's coming like that. When my page is smaller, the items, the second items goes in the second one. So if someone looking at it from a phone, now if you want to go further to a phone level, then you need to adjust your page here to fit into properly a phone. Now, let's go back to the design. So now we have these two elements. We have here the selected group, which the selected group, which we can drag and, selected group. Selected group, I need just to do something about this selected group, make it a little bit wider than the group itself. Why? Because this make it easy for me if I want to drag the whole group, not every time looking at. Now, if you look at the responsive design, it gives you these options now. There's something called minimum width. Minimum width for this. This group, for example, which we have here, what should be the minimum width of this group? Yeah, this is a fixed group. If it's fixed group, it has no minimum width. If I leave it open like this, then I can see something here, minimum width. The minimum width means if your page is shrink, yeah, what is the minimum of the whole page you will keep as a percentage? So now if it's 20, say this is 20, so the minimum width of this page is if I make it, if it's 20, I can make it 20. It will allow only 20%. If I say the minimum should be 80, it will allow 80 when people shrink it in. This helps you to decide what the percentage of that element as a minimum will appear in your page. And that's what you do. Now the fixed one is helping you in one thing, it's just making it a fixed width all the time. Now I played with the minimum, so I just made it, yeah, leave it as it. Now you can use Control Z. So here we can play with the minimum width or fixed width. That's the one you can wrap it if you wanted to wrap the previous line. If the page is stretch, if you stretch the page, make it smaller, then how the text will appear. You will wrap it or you will just leave it like that. These are the things you can play with it. You can also play with indentation or centering it or make it left side. Now with the menu, if you add the menu, if you have an item to the left, use the left side so it always stays on the left side of the page. If you have an icon on the or a logo on the right, then use the right side. Now this responsive design, it gives you just an indication of how your page will behave when the size of the page will change. So you can look at it without running the code. Now, if I want this one to be for a mobile version, this is a mobile version, it will look like this in the mobile version. So maybe I need to do it differently, yeah? And that's what I want to talk to you about it now. If you click on the main page, you will find something called here mobile version. See, mobile version. So I can create, if I want to make sure this is really for mobile, then I can create another page, add all the components, but call it, give it a different name and use the name here, okay? For example, let me show you. I want to keep this page as it is for the web, for people who are opening it on a big computer, but for a small computer, for an iPhone, I need to create another page. So I create a new page. What the name of this page before this index? Yeah, very good. So let me create a new page, call it index mobile, yeah. And this one will be based on the index. Now this is a new page coming now, coming here. This page now I can design it to look really mobile friendly. What will happen if someone opened my website on a mobile, it will send him to this page because this page is optimized for the mobile. So maybe in the mobile, I don't want to display things this way. No, I want to have the image here. I have the title. I put the price below here, for example. I put delete here, yeah. And I'd select here, yeah. And then make this one smaller. So when it comes on the mobile, it looks nicer. So I don't want the same design that I'm using on the computer to be for the mobile, because I want the mobile really to become a mobile. That's one thing. See, I did that one thing. Now, so this page, the way I designed it, becoming different. So I don't need this one, for example, or this one, or this one, or this image. Let me copy this one as well. Selected items and bring it down here and make it more mobile friendly. Yeah, that's still, there's something I will show you now. You will like it more as well. So do this one like this, make this one also a little bit. Oh, I put this one aside. Let's make this one smaller. Then drag this one inside this one. No, it's not draggable inside because this one is a little bit smaller. Now it is inside, and I'm sharing screen here, and copy this and bring it here. Okay, so maybe also I need to bring this little bit, I want to make it a little bit better, smaller, more, yeah. So this so can be even more smaller to here. Now you designing now for a mobile, but let's before we do that, we do one thing. This one internal, I want to move. This one is refusing to move because it's there. Okay. And put this one here. Now I have the chance to put it here. Then grab this one. Now this page now, I'm making it more mobile friendly. So maybe I don't want maybe this one to look like that. So let me remove that one. I don't need it. Maybe I add this one. Now I want to make it a mobile friendly. So the mobile friendly has certain dimensions. So again, I need to take this whole thing and move it up a little bit. Yeah, and this one maybe a little bit up, and then select this one and move it up like that. Now this page I need to change its dimensions. So I double click. Look, this is not a mobile. The mobile friendly page will be around 375 width. The width should be around 375. Yeah. So I need to go back here and make this one with a 375. See now my page how it changed. I can see it now better, like a more mobile version, but I still need to adjust many things in that one. So this group doesn't look really nice. So I need to organize it better. So you start now. Maybe you need the image to be a little bit smaller. You want this one to come here, this one come here, this one come here. Now you thinking of a mobile version in terms of the design. So you adjust it, and this one also can become. Now the good thing, if you click on anything, you know the dimension of this. The whole thing you select, then you just do it like this. You can play with this one. So basically, if I open now this page, it will take me to this page, which hopefully we will make it a more mobile friendly by organizing the content in the right place, and also having them layout different. So the layout will be here different from the other layout which we have. This one is the selected group, which going there. So you have two options. Yeah, one options is you go for the main page and you make it with no fixed width. And then you adjust the layout and group elements together to make them move together. Or you create two pages, one for the desktop and another one for the mobile. On the one that on the desktop, you select now, if I go back to the index now page, this index page, I can say if people using mobile, go to index mobile. There's one called index mobile. Now, by default, the computer or the iPad or iPhone, if you open it on iPhone or Android, when you open it, it will take you directly to that page, which meant to be optimized for mobile. And now we need to spend some time on designing it in a way it looks really mobile friendly. And because the bubble will automatically recognize what device you are using, and it will work based on that. Now, the good thing, you can test all of this. For example, it depends on the phone you're using. You can readjust this one to the size that you're targeting for your customers. Yeah, I think we need some time to work on it. So this is the best way, in my opinion. You create a version that you can optimize it and you organize the content in a way it looks very nice on the mobile. Now this one, if I run now, the page, it will look like this. This is a mobile. I didn't add any data because I just copied the page and I did not play with the parameters or things that I need to play with because I still have to. I'm just copied the page. When you copy a page, you don't get all the parameters that you need to have in the page. Okay, I can see that some of you raising hand, but that's Ali, do you want to speak, Ali, again? And then I have Atraf, Atarif.
Salam alaikum.
Barney bread.
Yeah, I'll just, Ali, go ahead. You can unmute your microphone and speak. And then we'll be.
Salam alaikum, sir. Salam alaikum. Sir, I want to know, like, what is, like, there in the mobile friendly and how can, like, it will be useful for the mobile friendly.
Barney bread.
Yeah. Okay. The few things I already mentioned. One is that you can create a page especially for the mobile that people can go to it. Yeah, and there you can organize it. But there is also something called native. If you double click on this one, there's something called native app. If you make this page a native app, then you will have some native look and feel and some native things which you need to do. But that will require from you later is you publish it using the plugin. We spoke about the plugin BDK, I think. This is the plugin. So you need this plugin to help you submit yours to the Apple or to the Android store if you want it to come on the store there. So this is the way you do. You need to use this plugin. But in the design, you need to make sure that the layout of your page fits within the mobile. So people do not need to scroll left, right, zoom in, zoom out. No, you just make it fit on the page properly. So you reorganize your images, your text in a way it becomes mobile friendly. And Bubble has these options, as I said, when you click on any page, you can send the user to another version of that page, which mobile version. And this gives you full flexibility to design the mobile version to look really nice and looks good for the user. So use that one if you want to get a better experience for your users on the mobile device. Okay, next one, I'll allow you to speak.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly. Yeah.
Sir, so I've actually been working on this app called Sonicware. Like, can you just allow me to share my screen? I'll show you what's wrong.
Very good, very good. I'll do that now. Yeah, go ahead, please. You can share now, I think. Do you see share screen on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead and share screen, please.
Yes, sir. I'll just share my screen. Sir, so I've been creating this app called Sonicware for a few days now. And I have two options, sign up or login and make a new account.
Yeah.
So whenever I click on make a new account, it opens this, but then it reloads it and then it opens this 404 error page. I'm not sure why.
Okay, let's look at it if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
Go to the page design, just we need to look at the page design. Click on that button which you click on. Let's see the workflow of that one. Okay, show pop-up, delete. Why this we want pop-up, show pop-up, which pop-up this one? This is the pop-up for signing on?
So no, I created a different pop-up for like making a new account.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's good. That's good. Click on that one. Okay, so can you go to that pop-up? I think there's something wrong with the pop-up itself.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the pop-up, you will find it in the page, in the element 3. If you go up, scroll up in the visual, yeah, here you'll find it. Yeah, that's the pop-up. So this is the pop-up you created. This pop-up should show
Yes,
the
sir.
user. Okay. Okay, good. Now go back to the workflow if you don't mind. I think you had pop-up and then you had something sign up and you sign the user. Delete this one if you don't mind.
The sign the user up, that one.
Yeah, this one you don't need because the sign up comes from the pop-up. Now this should show only the pop-up. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
run your code now. It should show only the pop-up and then from the pop-up you can add the functionality to sign in.
Wait 1 minute.
Yeah. You already signed in, I think.
Sir, yes, there's also one more problem. Like
Yeah.
whenever I reload, like for now, I just pressed on preview again over here. That's why it's coming in the home page. But whenever I reload the website from the preview mode, it'll not go to the home page. It'll just go to the it'll stay
Yeah.
on the same page.
Yeah, because you already signed in, I think you need to add a button says sign out, and then that will take you to the main page.
Yes, sir.
Can you add a button there in the design? Yeah, see, it's working now fine.
Yes, sir.
So you have now go to the code again. Yeah, or
Yes.
go to the main page. Add a button on the main page called it sign out.
Yes, sir.
Is this the main page or this?
Sir, yes, it's the main page. Should I add it on the header or on here?
Add it anywhere you like, I think.
I think
The header is better, but the header you need to go to another file to add it to the header.
yes, sir. So I'll just add it in the main page.
Just add it here for now, and then you can, yeah, call it log out or whatever. Yeah, go to the flow, yeah, and then select account, sign user out, yeah, account,
Account.
one, and log out the third one, a fourth one, log out user, yeah. That's it. This is what you need. Now, if you run your code, you should be able to sign in and sign out from the page.
Yes, sir. It's just reload.
This sign out
Yes.
should, yeah, you should allow it only if you are signed in. Yeah, but if you have a header already there, then it should be fine. Do you have an account you already have? Let me see.
Yes, sir. I already have.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Very good. Oh, you don't need it because you already are. Good.
Yes, sir.
Just remove this sign out. You didn't need it. I just wanted to test that one.
Yes, sir.
But it's good. Yeah, I think it's working. What the problem with this one? I think it looks fine now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The only problem I had was with the make new account. It just kept on reloading.
Yeah, because you added one more step after the pop-up comes on the screen that causing the problem. With the manual creating account, you need just to show the pop-up. The user can enter the data, and then when he click on add or sign up, it adds the data. You cannot open the data and add the data at the same time.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So should I stop sharing now?
Yeah, you can stop sharing. Yeah. Yeah, I think we